Hit the subscribe button or visit us at auau.auanet.org.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Koch. I am a PGY2 urology resident at Atrium Health, Carolinas Medical Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am here to present today a demonstration of everyday activity causing idiopathic lead migration and sacral neuromodulation device failure. Thank you for this opportunity. I personally do not have any disclosures, though my faculty member, Dr. Kennelly, does have the following disclosures to make. Our patient is a 78-year-old female who initially had InterStim sacral neuromodular device placed due to refractory overactive bladder symptoms in 2019. Early in 2022, her device was removed for an MRI, and a new MRI-compatible device was placed with effective results. 4 months later, she presents to our clinic with recurrent overactive bladder symptoms, and interrogation shows impedances in all leads with no patient sensation despite high stimulation. At this time, x-rays were obtained showing a severe twisting of the leads and complete migration out of the foramina. The patient was taken to the OR for an InterStim lead and battery revision. As you can see, the previous device was extracted in fragments due to the severe tortuosity. 1 month later, she was seen with return of adequate symptom management. Unfortunately, she was seen back in clinic on 9/29, again with worsening device efficacy. We obtained x-ray images that showed device migration out of foramina S3. At this point, 2 device failures due to migration within 5 months warranted further investigation. With thorough discussion and physical exam, it was noted that her battery sat just below her waistline, and due to the laxity of her tissue, there was significant mobility within her pocket as well as of the pocket itself with any manipulation due to her habitus. Here within the first video, you can see the demonstrated mobility of her battery with manipulation and in activities like getting dressed.
Do it slow, but as it gets around here, you kind of feel this is where the battery is. We're just trying to have it pulled tight because I think it moves the battery.
Okay.
So it kind of has it's pulling up on the tissue there. All right, so you can go ahead.
In our second video, you can see the slow motion display of the device being hooked by the patient's underwear. Two weeks later, we saw her back for surgical planning and obtained fluoroscopic evidence of our suspected cause. We reproduced these same conditions and findings under fluoroscopy, with visualization of the implantable pulse generator actually flipping within its pocket and aiding to our presumed diagnosis. Twiddler syndrome is a well-described phenomenon in cardiac literature where manipulation of pacemaker and implantable cardioverter defibrillator batteries results in twisting of the lead, ultimately causing knotting, fracture, or malfunction. It has been noted in other forms of neuromodulation, however its characterization and study in sacral neuromodulation is not well investigated, and with only one previous report describing the syndrome in urologic literature. In October of 2022, the device was replaced with successful lead placement in S3. During this procedure, an absorbable antibacterial envelope was used for additional anchor within the tissue, with PEG-seeing sutures in all 4 corners, and careful consideration was made in regards to the location of the battery with placement above the sacral crest. At the time of this recording, at 2 weeks post-op, she has had excellent symptomatic improvement commensurate with prior device effect and has adapted behavioral changes to avoid further device manipulation. Our patient experienced lead migration and device failure secondary to inadvertent Twiddler syndrome. Our video demonstrates via physical exam and fluoroscopy an instance of unintentional manipulation likely due to device location, patient habitus, and pocket size. Considering these findings, the evaluation of a patient's body habitus for location of placement, as well as use of additional safety measures including limiting pocket size, anchoring of the device, plus or minus the use of an absorbable antibacterial envelope are important pre- and intra-op considerations for surgical planning that may aid in prevention of idiopathic Twiddler syndrome and premature device failure. These are our references. Thank you for your time.